Voruna, one of our best melee actually, that's a lie. She's great, but not one of the best. Voruna, one of the unused... No, that's not true. She's not unused. She's probably middle of the pack. The Nope, that's Inaros and Sephiroth. How about the crit? That's definitely Valkyr. Shit. Okay. Voruna, the number one frame that runs on all fours. Jesus fuck. I don't know why I can't think of anything nice to say about her. She's like a 5-headed Cerberus wolf monster. Let's just start the video. What's happening, everybody? Hope you guys are feeling great. I'm Team Kills, and what I like to do is make gaming easier. Okay, so Voruna, the middle of the pack alpha wolf, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not trying to be a bastard. She's just not the best melee frame. She doesn't have the most health, and she's not our best status spreading frame. But almost there, she's almost awesome, and almost awesome is pretty fucking great. Now, very quickly, this ravenous bitch, I think I can call her that. But Voruna's abilities, her first ability makes her go invisible and faster. Her parkour. Now you also get some extra crit or stealth bonuses. Second ability, this is the one that makes her spread status. She will put a lot of status into a group or into an area. At least 5 stacks of random status. Your third ability is the one that will make, when you hit enemies in the head, they drop energy orbs. When you hit them in the body, they will drop health orbs, or ups the chances of that. And depending on your duration, this ability will be extended if those abilities have the 5 stacks or a lot of status on them. A lot is the number we're looking for. And her fourth ability is the one that turns her into the ravenous wolf, and she just runs around terrorizing people. Now, as for my first build, which is the alpha wolf. Now this is me just playing around. Just to be honest, I'm having some fun. So I mainly focus on her fourth ability because I want to run around like a dog the entire level. And to be honest, it's almost too easy to keep going eternally. Now precision intensify is almost a must because we're only using our fourth ability here. But the mod that we need most is this syndicate mod right here. Basically, when I kill someone with my fourth ability, if someone else is in my slash circle and they die from that, it will refill me as a charge. If I've got 2 charges missing and I jump into a group and it kills 3 people, I'm going to get my 2 charges. This you can keep doing forever. It costs no energy at all. Now, some people would go a bit more for range or maybe a bit more for damage. I kind of didn't want to break my other builds, which I'll explain in a second. But this is almost more than enough, but you can push for more. Now, I did use Arcane Blessing, which gives me health when I pick up health orbs, and max out my health with extra 1200. And I use Combat Discipline, which makes me lose health every time I kill somebody, so that I can pick up those health orbs. Just a guaranteed way to stack that onto my health. There are other ways, I just like the way this works. Arcane Bellicose is going to give me more ability power per health. So the more health I get, the more power I get. This is going to be a running theme that you're going to see on all of the Voruna builds. Umbral Strike sounds awesome, but this is basically just my I don't want to die build. This is why I put all the Umbra mods on there to boost my health and armor. Amar's Hatred boosts my ability strength and my armor. Arcane Battery is going to take that armor and give me the energy for it, so I don't need to waste any energy on the flow or anything like that. Arcane Blessing is going to give me more health when I pick up health orbs, paired with Combat Discipline. And now my Archon Duration build. This is my favorite. This is the build that I'd be doing most of my murdering with. So I focused on duration and power. I also used the 4 Archon mods just because Voruna's abilities spreads a lot of status out, and I want that status to spread out in a death chain reaction of more status. Now I only used one of the Umbra mods, Umbra Intensify, because it does have 14% more than the normal Intensify and the Archon Intensify. So I went with that for more power. Amar's Hatred for more power. Power Drift and archon bellicose for more power. Combat discipline and arcane blessing are going to work together to boost my health, so that arcane bellicose gives me more power. Now I also swapped out her first ability for Harrow's Ensnare. This ability makes it a lot easier for me just to collect people, so I can start my status spreading shit. So basically, what I do is I start off with Ensnare, group enemies together, then I use my Fang ability to start my status spreading. I also turn on my third ability, which is supposed to spread in the direction out that I'm killing. To be honest, I don't see it that way. They probably die too fast. That's what's supposed to happen. Her hunt ability I turn on as well to make sure the enemies that I'm killing with my melee attacks, when I slash them in the face, they have a higher chance to drop an energy orb. When I slash in the body, which is pretty much everybody else, they have a higher chance to drop a health orb. Now, like I mentioned before, combat discipline is going to make sure that I lose health so I can pick up those health orbs. Arcane blessing is going to raise my health, and arcane bellicose is going to raise my damage. Now, I do have one purple Talforge shard that's going to kind of pretend like it's a fake equilibrium mod. It's just going to give me extra health and extra energy, and that's all I need, bigger orbs. I have another purple Talforge shard that will give me a 37% critical damage boost, and that will double when my energy is over 500, and my energy is over 500. I have two blue Talforge shards that's going to give me a total of 450 armor, and that last blue Talforge shard, it gives me 75 energy, so that it's just over 500%, so that I activate that first purple Talforge shard. Now, weapon choice, of course, do whatever you want, your favorite weapons, best status, crit, it's up to you. But for Voruna, and because they're kind of new and I'm liking them a lot, I think the Coda Harudo, I think that's how it's said, this is a perfect choice for them. I did want to put the Venka Prime on her, but those belong on my crazy cat queen killer, Valkyr. Now, I mainly chose this weapon because of its special ability. It has a 5% lifesteal that will increase, and it also has a 5% health steal. They will both increase up to 25%. This will activate, I believe, this should activate my arcane bellicose for even more power. Now, because I'm always running a melee build with Voruna, I decided to use the Tenet Envoy for my primary weapon. This is a high crit, high damage weapon, and I made sure to put primary dexterity on it. So while I'm slashing at minimum of 6, but while I'm slashing enemies out of existence, I get a boost on this weapon's damage. I also made sure that Cautious Shot is one of the mods that I put on here. So no matter where I shoot, how I do it, I don't have to aim. I can shoot it right at my feet, just in case somebody that I'm slashing won't slash to pieces. I can just shoot them right in the face, it'll blow them up, and I can keep on running. I also chose the Riot 848 for my secondary weapon for no special reason other than it's kind of fun. It explodes, and you don't need any ammo at all. It's mainly because the bullets that you shoot out, they kind of stick where they land, and when you run out of ammo or when you reload, they will explode. They're little explosions, but still they explode and come on their way back. If you leave them in an Eximus chest, it does actually do extra damage, so they are useful, but I'm just having fun with the exploding bullet gun. Although I did make sure they were gas explosions with a 57% chance that you're going to be poisoned, but this is technically a crit gun. There is a 78, so I like to say 80, but there's a 78% chance that it will do 6.7 the damage. I also have arcane secondary dexterity on this because, like I said before, I'd be slashing people out of existence. This is a good arcane to choose in my mind. Now, last but certainly not least, my pet huntress. Now, I mean the Sanuka Kubro. I'm not going to say anything that this is super special, but this pet is kind of doing a lot of things for me. We work together very well. Hunter Command and Hunter Recovery are going to work together to stack my slash, which is going to work with Bloodthirst to give my pet a shit ton of health. Hunter Recovery is also going to heal my Warframe, and pack leader is going to heal my pet, or vice versa. I always get those confused. But we work together well. Vicious Bond and Contagious Bond, they will both work with this build. Now, if I remember correctly, I decided that Contagious Bond is the one that I'm going to go with. So I replaced the other one with Momentous Bond. So that while they're killing Exemuses, it's going to grant an extra 120% bonus random elements that's just going to spread out there. Just more elements for my hunt, and my just more elements work perfect for everything we're doing here. Tandem, I believe it's Tandem Bond, will increase my critical multiplier. That's all I'm really using it for. It will heal my pet if they die if I shoot people in the face, but I'm not planning on doing any of that. Unleashed is going to make my pet hunt those Exemuses or Exemi, and it will get an extra 300% bonus damage on overshields or all overshield assholes, which to me pairs perfectly with its assassin posture, which makes them hunt overguard assholes, and you're supposed to get an extra 300% damage. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know if those 300% match together to make 600%, but I like the way it feels together. And holy shit, it just dawned on me, Voruna's special, what makes her special, I should almost edit this video, what makes her special is she's got 4 passives. If you hold her first ability, she can turn the extra parkour. Hold her second ability gives her extra status resistance. You hold her third ability, she gets heavy attack efficiency, if I remember correctly. And her fourth ability just gives you an extra life. Like, oh, she's a special frame. Not the best at anything, but still a special frame. She's great. They don't have to be the best, they just don't have to be the worst. Zephyr. So, I mentioned during my Alpha Wolf build that I didn't want to break my build, and that I would explain. What I mean is, the way that I formed it, and if you use different polarities or you use slightly different mods when you're building it from scratch, then it could be different. But the way that I use the formas and the polarities that I chose, I really only have 2 spots to put an extra range mod like Overextend. If I take out Amar's Hatred, I'm going to lose some ability strength, some armor, and the ability to teleport 10 meters with my heavy weapon, which I like. And because Overextended has a ability power hit, it's a huge hit. It will kind of break what I want to do. If I put it in the spot where Vigor is, I will lose some health, and my health is power for Arcane Bellicose, so I didn't want to do that. Any other moving around, I could move out one of the energy mods, but then my energy would be below 500, and I wouldn't get that extra boost from my purple Tau Forge Archon shard. So that's why I said I can't tweak it, because it will break what I'm doing. But if you keep this in mind, it won't break what you're doing. On that note, I want you to try out Voruna, tweak these builds, as I always say. Tweak them, make them your own, throw them out, just get inspired by them. Just let them help, because that's all I want to do. And on that note, I hope this helped. I hope you join the team of killers. Become a killer of teams. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. It's one of the ways we could talk. Make sure you keep it easy in life, and remember, just keep gaming.